What is going on, guys? B-Man27 here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you what I personally think are the top 5 best cars in Rocket League. Please remember that this is my opinion based on my experience in the past and like the looks of these cars, so don't get mad if you disagree with my list. I would be really interested to see what your opinion is of the best cars in Rocket League, so tell me in the comments below. Before we begin, I'm not going to include any cars that I don't have, mainly all of the imports besides 2, which appear on this list. One last thing is that I apologize for the low quality gameplay for a couple of these cars. I only have them on PC and my laptop is a potato with a bunch of wires connected to it, so I can't record or play in high quality. Anyways, without any further interruptions, here's my top 5 list of cars in Rocket League. The number 5 spot for this top 5 is the X-Devil. This car is very strange looking, but it is pretty decent. I have found it to be pretty good with my playstyle since it is good for juking and many other offensive moves. I don't have an overwhelming amount of time I've played with this car, but there was a period where it was all I used. The main reason I used it a lot for a couple weeks is because I got the snakeskin decal for it, so it made it look really cool, so it was the only car that I used. There are some cars I like the look of more, but this one is pretty far up the list, considering that there are a lot of cars in Rocket League. I like this car even more before the Starbase Arc update because it looks slightly different, but when the most recent large update came out, they smoothed out the sides, which I think it looks better before they did that. Anyways, the X-Devil makes the number 5 spot. Moving down to the number 4 spot, I have the Dominus. Currently, I use this car a lot more on PS4 since I am missing a couple of cars that I used to use a lot on PC. This car is great and I am a fan of the cars that are longer and more flat, but not completely flat like the Breakout. This car is great and I am a fan of cars that are longer and more flat, but not completely flat like the Breakout, which I just never seem to do well with. The Dominus does have some good decals. My personal favorite is the wings and is really the only one I use. The only unfortunate thing about the Dominus is that you have to buy a DLC car pack to get it. On PC I got it when it was on sale one time, and on PS4 I got the Game of the Year edition of Rocket League, so I got the 3 car packs included with the game. I find this car to be good with defense since it's pretty long, and I'm also a pretty good shooter with it. Number 3 in this top 5 is going to be the Dominus GT. This car is the import version of the Dominus, and you can only get it in the CC1 crate. I don't know if you can get the GT by trading things up, but the easiest way is by trading with other people or opening up CC1 crates. This car is really similar to the Dominus, but in my opinion, it looks even better. It's a bit taller and not as flat as the Dominus, but it is still pretty good. It's also obvious that it was inspired by the Mustang GT since it looks very similar and it was named after it. I find this car to be pretty good for defense and aerial since it has a bigger flat surface on the front compared to the regular Dominus. I haven't used it for a while and I don't have this car on PS4, but it's still one of my favorites. The number 2 spot for today is the Octane. It is usually people's favorite and it is the most common car by far, but I have a car I like better. I think I would like the Octane ZSR more, but I have never used it, so I'm excluding it from this list. It is the main car basically, and if you're playing at a high level, then 90% of the people will be using it. This car has a great turn radius while still having a great surface to hit off of, which is the main reason why it's so popular. I currently use this car the most, along with the Dominus. The Octane is great for juking and especially shooting in aerials, but it isn't the best for defense. However, it's still pretty great. There is still one car that I personally think trumps the Octane, so let's see what it is. My number 1 personal favorite car in Rocket League is the Breakout Type S. I got this car in a really great trade along with the Dominus GT, and I've been in love with this car ever since. This car is phenomenal at shooting, juking, defense, or whatever underneath my control. This car suits my playstyle really well, so it naturally became my favorite. The flat but slightly slanted surface on the top is great for accurate shooting when double jumping forward. This car is pretty good on aerials, but the surface on the front is really the only thing that brings it down. It isn't as good as the Octane, but there is an advantage of having a small surface on the front. It makes it so it's easier to chip the ball onto your car so you can do easier juke moves. My personal favorite is having the ball on top and backflipping as they're about to hit it off of you, so the ball goes straight up, you stay there, and your opponent goes flying past. It's so easy to break other people's axles with this car. It might just be me, but I love this car so much, and unfortunately I don't have it on PS4. I hope that someday really soon Psyonix makes it so then you can trade cross console, and so then I can give all my PC stuff to PS4. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this top 5. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do more of these opinionated top 5s on Rocket League and Call of Duty Zombies. Also, I'm really interested to see what you think is wrong with my list. and see what you think the top 5 cars in Rocket League are. So comment those down below as well. So yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.